What's good, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 7 of Summit S33ker. My apologies for the delay and continued hair growth. I do have an appointment to fix this. January 25th. It is going down. I'm going to try a little something special with the hair so I can stop looking in the mirror every day and wondering, who am I? So a lot to catch y'all up on over the past 5 weeks, I think, since my last installment. And just to kind of give you a recap, my fasciotomy wounds are closed. They are healing quite nicely, again, at about 5 weeks right now, and everything's looking pretty good. Now we can send our focus towards the last 2 parts of recovery, which are going to be my knee reconstruction for my ACL and various ligaments and tendons, and also my peroneal nerve. So those are the 2 things that are still on the big board to handle. Very difficult things to deal with, especially given the lack of range of motion in my knee. But last video, we talked about potentially being a candidate for a manipulation under anesthesia. And basically that's when they put you to sleep and take your knee and they just bend it to get the range of motion back. And you wake up and go right to PT and just kind of keep that range of motion going. However, I am not a candidate for that, unfortunately, because of the amount of damage that has already gone in my knee. So my orthopedic surgeon told me I would not be a candidate for it because they don't want to do more damage than what's already going on, which is pretty drastic. So a little sad to hear that. So in all honesty, it was something that took me about a day or 2 to kind of get grips with, but it's something that is completely necessary and completely understandable. I was trying to take a shortcut, and that is not how this is going to go. This has been a painstakingly slow process, but it has been the ultimate lesson in patience and something that I will forever cherish and remember due to just day-to-day grinding it out. But not all bad news. With that process not being able to be sped up, I am just on the day-to-day grind of improving range of motion in my knee. So a couple of things I can do with that I've been doing. I've been getting up walking a lot more. I'm averaging pretty much around 2,500 steps. I have it set to track here on my ring. And I've been hitting that pretty consistently as of late, which is definitely nice considering where we were 3 months ago and not being able to stand up, let alone walk. I'll take small wins at this point, but that's a pretty damn big win that I'm really excited about. It just makes me grateful for this journey. Next up is different tools, different types of physical therapy, massage therapy, getting a lot of electricity stimulation through the leg with some TENS units, just basically throwing everything that we can because we have to really just manually get this range of motion back. And there is definitely no way that I can express how much it bothers me not to be able to speed through this, especially being able to just want to walk normal, being able to sit in a passenger seat of a car. I'm not nowhere close to driving yet, but just sitting in the passenger seat of a car and not being treated like cargo that's thrown in the back of the car is important. But again, committed to the grind, just doing my best and showing up every day, trying to get up, moving around. I've got rid of the urinal at nighttime, so that way when I have to use the bathroom, I have to physically get up and use it to really just train my body to say, we got to start getting back to normal. We got to act as normal as possible so that the rest of your body and brain just gets together back on the same page. So that's been a bit of an adjustment, but I will continue to enjoy that process as well. Nothing wrong with definitely getting up and using the bathroom. Definitely don't want to go on the bed. So that's a plus. But I would say probably the most difficult part of this is the amount of, it's not pain when you're stretching your knee out. It's just uncomfortable because you're pulling those fibers and those tendons who've been literally straightened, for so long. You're gradually just trying to pull them out, as opposed to the manipulation anesthesia, which is very quick and you go about your business. So I think by the time I had that meeting, I needed to get to at least 90 degrees for my surgery, which has been scheduled for late March. March 28th is the knee reconstruction. So I have just over 2 months. So I think it equates to about 80 days. And right now I'm at about 50 degrees of range of motion. So I told myself it is going to be 100 degrees in 100 days, which was the overarching theme. And now I can gladly say I'm on that journey because I started at 20 and I want to get to 120. So that way, 100 days, 100 degrees, really just commit to it, doing whatever you can. And again, after about a month and a half, I'm at 30 degrees. So making some progress there, which I'm really excited about. I'm definitely excited to have the range of motion that I do have back, because it makes a world of difference in just walking and planting and doing these different types of things that everyday life needs to happen. So getting more motion throughout that leg is super important, getting blood flowing. I bought a red light panel to be able to supplement that as well, even though I know it's not clinically proven yet. When I tell you I'm throwing everything at this injury, I couldn't be more serious about that. Anything and everything that could help. B complex vitamins, A vitamins, the vitamins set A through E are all happening at this point. So definitely something that I'm trying to do everything in my power to be able to help with in this progress. And it turns out to be working pretty much. So the next thing is just the continued work around the nerve. As I mentioned before, I bought a TENS unit so I can get some electricity flowing through my muscles, some muscle stimulation. I am still waiting to be cleared to use that on my incision, which is where the peroneal nerve is, because obviously that makes the most sense. Right now, I'm restricted to my quad just to keep my quad muscle strong to be able to do everyday things. The reason why that's so important is because you really have to make sure that the muscles around your knee ligaments that are torn are strong enough to support your weight in moving around and doing all these different things. So over the past month, I've gone from having to use a walker. I put the walker in the closet. I haven't used two crutches, put one of the crutches in the closet, got up off another crutch, excuse me. So now I don't have to use crutches whatsoever. I just put my knee brace on and walk very slowly, 1-2, Texas two-step, down the hallway into the car or wherever I'm out in the world. But definitely leaps and bounds above where we were 3 months ago, as I mentioned, not being able to walk. So not that big of an update this time, quite honestly. Just letting y'all know that the surgery wounds are healing quite well. And I'm looking forward to just restoring more range of motion in my knee, continuing to see where this TENS unit can help me get with the stimulation through these muscles. And hopefully, fingers crossed, sometime before my surgery in late March, these muscles and neurons and tendons and all of these things wake back up so that I can get back to a relatively stable form of normal. I really want to be back on my feet this summer by June. 3 months post knee surgery, that should be the case, but given the nerve damage, it's really up to the nerve. So life lesson in all of this is you cannot control a lot of things that go on in your life, but if you are able to throw anything at a problem that's within the realms of possibility, do it. You will thank yourself. And at the end of the day, all I can do is show up every day. I can keep walking my steps, trying to get up to 4,000, 4,500 steps a day, which is greater than where I was. And that's the main thing, is just making sure I'm staying focused, I'm staying committed, and really just using this time that everybody in LA is in the house anyway. It's wintertime, so nobody's really in the house to be able to, out of the house going crazy or doing anything, spending a lot of money. So I feel like I'm not missing out on much. All of my friends are shutting down travel for the winter until spring comes. So not missing much. Super happy about that. Money is staying in my bank account, so I'm actually super happy about that. And looking forward to just falling in love with the process and doing what I can every day, trying to do more reading, doing more research on different tools that I want to use this year for productivity, getting my business hat back on, using my AI tools, all sorts of things that I really want to get into this year. The one thing that I came out of this experience, or I'm at least thinking about as I go through, is I just want to create a lot of things this year. I feel like they are the things that outlast you if it's good enough. So I want to be able to put out good quality content. So some days it's going to be a 20-minute video. Some days it's going to be a 10-minute video. I just want to create more for you all to enjoy. And that's something that's really going to drive me this year because it's going to keep me going. So feel free to always comment, like, subscribe, reach out to me on Instagram, reach out to me on YouTube. I'm appreciative for y'all, and I'm looking forward to a huge year of creation. 2025 is the year we get back in the ball game, and that's showtime. All right, peace, y'all.